Hello, and today I will show you how to turn your notebook into web application. My name is Piotr, and I'm here with Ola. Ola is at the end of the room there. And we are from the company called MLJar, and we will show you the framework that we are working on, and the framework is for turning notebooks into web apps. And so Ola is my wife, and she told me that it is good to start with a joke. And you need to start the presentation with a joke. And you know, it is hard to find a joke to start the presentation, to start a tutorial. That's why I wrote the notebook that is generating the jokes. So I will show you. So it is very simple notebook that it is very simple notebook. It create the OpenAI object, set the API key, and I will run it. It has one input widget that is text widget, and the default value is Python. And we have generate button, so if we click the button, the code that is calling OpenAI API will be executed, and we will send a very simple string to the ChatGPT, write a short joke about programming with topic as a topic, and the topic that value is the value of the widget, text widget. And so we can execute the code in the notebook, and we have a joke. Why did the Python programmer always carry a snake with them? Because they wanted to debug their code with witty histories. And so this notebook is using the MERCURY framework, and this notebook we can run this notebook as a web application. So I can start the MERCURY server locally, and it is exactly the same notebook, but right now it is served as a web application. So the code is hidden. You don't see the code. You just see for example, this markdown cell, generate jokes with ChatGPT. And if I click the generate a new joke, we'll get a new joke. And we can change the topic, for example, machine learning, and click generate a new joke. Why did the machine learning algorithm go to the therapy? Because it kept overthinking and couldn't stop classifying everything as neurotic. So we started with a joke, and you know, it was a very simple example of what MERCURY framework can do. And a few words about me. So the funny thing is that we come here with our family, and we traveled first to the Zurich with our kids and grandparents, and we were in the Zurich during the weekend, and it was a techno parade in the Zurich, and there was a lot of half-naked people there, and we were a little bit shocked, and we are happy that right now in Basel there is no techno parade. And so more words about me. So I'm working on open source tools, and the first tool is called MLJar AutoML. It is a Python package that can automatically create the machine learning pipeline for you, and it can do many things for you. For example, it can generate new features for you, it can do pre-processing, it can do, of course, algorithm selection, hyperparameters tuning. At the end, it is creating the automatic documentation for you in the Markdown or HTML format that summarize the whole pipeline. And it is available as a Python package or as a web app. Maybe if we will have time, I will show you later the web app created with MERCURY from a notebook that can be used to create machine learning pipelines. And the second product that we are working on is MERCURY. And MERCURY is a framework for notebooks, and you can find all tools in our GitHub, so github.com/mljar. Both tools are open source. And why we are working on the MERCURY? So maybe it is hard to imagine, but not everyone is programming in Python. And, I was a little bit shocked. So, for example, I was working with biologists on a project, and, I cannot send them the Python notebook and tell them, you see, you have the results here, and if you would like to change something, just change this variable, and run this cell, and after this, run this cell, and you will have updated results. They can't do this because they don't know Python. They don't have Python installed. They don't know how to install Python packages. Very often, they don't have access to the, database or some third-party API, or they don't have special hardware. So, for example, GPUs, if a notebook need them. And it is very hard to share the notebook with non-technical people, and that's why we started to work on MERCURY. And so the image of the MERCURY, and but you may say that there is already a framework for turning the notebooks into web apps, and the framework is called Voila, and it is created by the same people as which created the Jupyter, but I was trying the Voila, and I found it a little bit difficult to use. You need to write the callback function to each interaction with the widget. You need to specify the layout, and deployment might be hard. And that's why we decided to create our own framework. And I will show you a very, very simple starter notebook. Let's start with a new tab. I will close the jokes. And okay, so you can see the code. Okay, so I will create the tutorial directory, and in this tutorial directory I will create the virtual environment, tnv. Okay, and I will activate the tnv being activate. Okay, and it's my way of doing projects that I'm starting with requirements.txt file. So, and in this file I will add all packages that I will need. So I'm creating the requirements file. Requirements. And we will need for sure MERCURY. We will need NumPy, pandas, matplotlib. At the end of the tutorial, I will show you the example with alter, and we will need for that Vega datasets. Okay. And I just install. Okay, we will wait a little. And I will install in this virtual environment the Jupyter as well in a moment, and I will assign this virtual environment to the Jupyter kernel. So let's wait. Okay, I will install Jupyter. And there are many ways that you can add the new packages to the Jupyter kernel, and that's my way. And Python MIP kernel. Okay, so now I'm linking the TN virtual environment to the Jupyter kernel. Okay, and starting, so you can use Jupyter Lab or Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Lab. Okay. Close this. Okay, so I'm creating the new notebook with the kernel tnf. Okay. I will change the name. Rename starter. Okay, and the first step will be import MERCURY as MR, just to check if we have everything installed correctly. And you see that in the corner we have tnf here. So all is good. I can switch to the simpler view. Okay, and I will add the markdown cell, and in this markdown cell I will just write EuroSciPy 2023 hello at tutorial. Okay, and so it is very simple notebook, and we have just import of the MERCURY and the markdown cell. So I will open the new terminal. I will activate the tnf environment, and I will run the MERCURY server. And it is very simple, just write MERCURY run. Okay, and MERCURY is detecting all Jupyter notebooks in the current directory, and it is serving all notebooks from the current directory as web apps. And so it is starting local server, and we have the starter notebook. I need to save it. And let me start again. Okay, MERCURY run clean. So I run clear. Okay, so save the notebook. Okay, and start MERCURY. Should be fine. So we have the markdown text displayed, and we have the sidebar, and nothing more. We can update the markdown text. So for example, plan for this notebook, plan will be display greetings and do some heavy compute. So we will do two more things in this notebook. We will display greetings and do some computation. Compute. Okay, so we updated the markdown, we saved the notebook, okay, click the save, and the web app is automatically updated, okay? And so let's display the greetings. Greetings, we'll have the greetings variable hello, and city will be Basel, and we'll display the greetings with f string greetings city. Okay. Okay, hello Basel. Save the notebook, and it should be updated, and it is not very interactive right now. And let's change the greetings to the widget, so we can use the select widget from MERCURY. We'll set the label to greetings. We'll set the value to hello, and we'll set the choices to hello, hi, and cześć. Cześć is in Polish hello. Okay, we'll have the greetings widget, and we will turn the city into the text widget. It will be text, label will be city, value, default value will be Basel. That's all. Okay, so we have two widgets. We are not using them yet in the print statement, so we just change the greetings to the greetings.value to access the value of the widget, and here city value. And so, for example, we can change the greetings to the cześć, and by design, nothing is happening after changing the widget in the notebook because we are in a development mode. We can manually re-execute the cells, and we will see the change. There will be cześć, Basel in the notebook. Let's save the notebook and check the web app. So in the web app, we are in the web app mode. So if I change the greetings here from hello to hi, it will be automatically updated, and in the background we have the Python kernel running, and we know that the user updated the greetings widget, and we automatically re-execute all cells below, and cells above the updated widgets are not touched. So for example, if you need to load some big data set or big model, you can do this at the top of the notebook, and it will be executed only once. Okay, and so for example, hi Basel, hi Zurich. So everything is updated. We can change the print statement to the markdown. So we have the markdown function in the MERCURY. So you can write dynamic markdown. So for example, here we will have the markdown with header, and let's save the notebook, and the web app should be updated. So you see the letters are larger, and if you would like to check what types of widgets we have, there is runmercury.com website, and /docs, there is a documentation for input widgets and output widgets. I will show you 3 more widgets, let's say. So let's define the 2 variables. The first variable will be A, the second variable will be B, and we will do the heavy computation. We will add them. Okay, so it will be A plus B, and it will be 5. Okay, and let's turn the variables into the widgets. So we can turn the A variable into the slider widget. Slider label will be variable A. Value, default value was 2. You can set minimum and maximum. Minimum 1, max will be 7. No, not yet. Okay, we have variable A, and let's turn the variable B into numeric widget. Label variable B. Value equals 3. Okay, and let's turn the print into markdown. Okay, and we can add result is okay, we have the error because the A is a widget, so we need to add that value and that value. 5. Okay, and we can update the widget in the notebook, but there will be no change in other cells. There are no callbacks here, but if we execute manually, the cells will be updated, and it is by design because we don't want to have callbacks. We want to keep the framework very simple. And so let's save the notebook, and so you see we have the widgets, and we can update the widget value, and the result is updated automatically. And also we don't have layout widgets, so you will always have widgets on the left, always, and you have the output of your cells will be in the main view, and it is also by design, and you cannot change this. And it is to keep things simple. You don't have to worry about the layout because it will be always the same. So thanks to this, it is very, very, very simple. And so I will show you some features now. So for example, by default, all code is hidden in the MERCURY. But for example, if you have technical friends and you would like to share the code with them, you can do this. So let's create the app object, title, and you can use emojis. Okay, title, description, starter notebook. Okay, and there is a parameter show code, and by default it is set to false. We can set show code true. Okay, let's save the notebook, and you have some printout here, but this output won't appear in the web app. And if you check the web app, so you have the code here, and again you can just run everything, and you have your notebook updated instantly. And for example, such updates not always are good. So for example, let's say you have some algorithm and you need to set, I don't know, 3 parameters for this algorithm, and then you would like to run the algorithm, and the algorithm will be in the learning phase for a few minutes, and you don't want continuous updates every time you change something. So we have a parameter for that. It is called continuous update, and by default it is true. We can set it to false. Okay, let's save the notebook, and you see we have the big green button run, and we can update the variable, and there will be no change until we press the run button. Run. And after clicking the run, everything below the app object will be updated. And you can keep the app object at the end, or you can select by choosing the cell of the app object. You can select which cells will be recomputed after clicking the run button. Okay, so I will show you. So I will hide the code, show code false. Okay, I will save it. So no code. Okay, I will show you some more nice features. So we have output files widget, so you can create new files in the notebook and put them in the output files directory. It's a special widget, and your users will be able to download them. So I will show you how to do this. So let's create the output directory, and it will be mr.output.dir. Okay, output directory, and we can create a file. So I think we will need the OS package, import OS. Okay, with open OS path join. So output, I will show you output output dir object. It has the variable path with the path of the output directory where you can save your files. And when you are running in the development mode in the notebook, it is simple current directory. But if you run this in the web app mode, it will be changed for some output directory that can be reached by the web server. So I will create the file in this directory. So it will be output dir path example. Okay, I will write to this file as let's write the result there. Result is A value plus B value. Okay, and so we should see the example txt file in the current directory. So result is 8. So let's save the notebook, and maybe I will show code true. Okay, save the notebook. So when we run the notebook in the web app mode, when we run the notebook by MERCURY, the directory for output files is constructed by the server. So server has access to this directory, and the file is saved in this directory, and this directory can be accessed by output files, and you can you see the example txt file, and your user can just download the file, and you see the current result of your notebook. Some other features, you can easily download the current state of the notebook by just clicking the download, and the notebook can be downloaded as HTML or PDF. Just click download as PDF, and you have the PDF with your values, from your widgets. Some other features. So for example, you can you can set the URL key, for example, for greetings. And this greetings widget now can be set by the URL parameter. So there is a share button, and you see there is a greetings hello, and you can send the URL of the app with the pre-filled widget values. Okay, let me check if share link. Okay, show code. Okay. Okay, so it was very, starter notebook just to show what the MERCURY is. Do you have any questions? Any? No? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hi, I would like to ask like 2 questions for now. Are files creation secure enough? Like maybe could you elaborate more on that? Like you create files on server side?
Yeah. Are they secure? So they are as secure as your server is. So in the backend we are using Django, and so the notebook has the access to the media files from Django, and a notebook is writing files to the media directory. And we have also other option when we are using the S3 as a backend, and in the other option, all files are automatically transferred to the S3 bucket.
I see. Thank you. And another question. Can I create somehow some custom input fields, like not just text, but for instance, like
image?
Well, let's say image, yeah, like, or maybe some iframe element, something like that, that I can access through JavaScript. Like it's complicated,
you can add
I know.
Custom input. So you will need to implement your own widget, yeah? So yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, it is possible. So you can add your custom widget. It will require some coding on the front end and in the back end, but it is possible. Yeah.
So the first time that it loads, does it rerun the cells again? Or does it take the results that you have from running it in the notebook?
On the first run, we rerun all cells, always. Yeah. So we are using the let's say the results that are saved in the notebook when we are displaying let's say the card of your notebook. And here we are not, to render this, we are not running all cells in the notebook, but later if you click on the notebook, we are running all cells. Yeah. There.
So my question is, what happens if you add too many widgets? So do you have some tab mechanism, or can you change the layout on the left side?
So no, you cannot change the layout, and as you see, the widgets on the sidebar are in the order that they appear in the notebook. And there's no limit for number of widgets. And so, for example, I have example. I'll run MERCURY with many widgets, and it is working fine. So, for example, here is a notebook for running AutoML pipeline, and I can drop the. Let's wait. So when I run this in the cloud, we start a worker, and the worker is installing on the fly all packages needed to run the notebook. So I will show you details later, but I will show you the number of widgets. Example, data sets for start. So I'm using famous iris dataset. So I load the dataset, and so not many widgets, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because button is the widget. But I don't know. Normally, I will expect that there will be up to 30, maybe 50 widgets, because you know, if you have more widgets than that, then probably something is wrong with your design. Something like that. Okay. So this was the starter notebook, just to show you how Mercury works. And let's create one more notebook. And then the next notebook will be a presentation notebook. And we will update the slides with the widgets. So let's add the new notebook with tn environment. Let's rename the, how to do this? Rename it presentation. Okay. Okay. Import Mercury as a MER, and let's add the title presentation, and it will be presentation in which we will generate some random data and plot it. So this will be the title of our presentation. And if you are familiar with how to create the presentation from the notebook, we need to choose the slide type for each cell. So we will skip the first cell, and we will show the next cell as a slide. Let's save this. Okay. Let's rerun the Mercury server, and Mercury should detect the second notebook. So we have the presentation and we have starter. Okay. And so we have two notebooks, and you can serve as many notebooks as you want with Mercury. There is no constraint that one notebook is one web application. You can serve as many notebooks as you want. So here we have the presentation, and so we can enter the full screen mode for this presentation. And right now we have only one slide. So let's add more cells. Nice. Okay, so we will generate some data. So we will need the NumPy and pandas data packages. NumPy as np, import pandas as p, and we will be plotting with matplotlib. Okay. Okay, so we will control number of rows in the data frame with a slider. Slider, label, rows. Value will be 5, minimum will be 2, max will be 10. Okay. We will set the slide type skip. We'll add calls. No, this will be calls. Calls. There will be more rows. Calls, okay. Calls and rows will be slider. Value will be, I don't know, 10. Minimum will be 5. Max will be 50. Okay, we'll skip this cell, skip, okay. Let's generate the data frame, so it will be the pandas data frame, pd data frame, okay. And it will be call np run rows for e in range calls and display the data frame. For e in range calls. Okay, calls is a widget, so we should use value, and the same for rows. Value. Okay, we have the data frame, and we will display this as a slide. Okay, and we will add the plot. We will have the, so let's create the plot. It will be plt plot df call 0 Is it working? Yes, we have some plot, so let's control the color of the marker with a widget. So create the color. It will be a select widget, mr select label color. Okay, value will be blue. Choices will be blue or red. Okay, so we have a color widget and assign the color from the widget. And again, so I can update the widget, but there is no change. We are in a development mode, but I can re-execute the cell and it will be updated. Maybe we can increase the size of the dots. Marker size. Oh, nice. Okay, so don't need this one. This I will skip. Okay, save. And let's check the presentation in the MERCURY. So you see we have the right arrow here. We have the widgets here. We can enter the full screen mode. I would like to have the plot on the separate slide. Let's fix this. This will be slide. Okay. Okay, slides, okay, save. Okay, let's check. We have data frame and we have a plot. Perfect. So we can change the number of columns, for example. You see, we have 2 columns, we have 3 columns, and everything is, during the presentation. It is presentation in the presentation. You see? So, and all slides are updated after changing the widget. So I was pretty happy when I created this, because you can create the presentation, I know, for your boss, and you can do the presentation, and he or she asks you to change something, and you can do this on the fly. Pretty nice. And you can also download the presentation as a PDF. And when you download as a PDF, you are downloading the current state of the notebook as a PDF file. Okay, and so I show you so we have a PDF from the presentation. So I show you the presentation. And in the presentation, we were using the matplotlib package for creating plots. But you can use any plotting package. So for example, right now I pretty enjoy the alter package. So let me show you the example with alter. So I will copy the prepared notebook, and I will show you the demo. How to refresh this here? Okay, so we have the alter. Let's change the kernel for tn. Okay. Okay, so you can hide this and this. Okay, so it is very simple notebook. So we are loading the data about cars. I will show you. Cars, DataFrame. So we have some information about the car. I enjoy this music. And you know, my wife is playing kalimba, you know, the kalimba instrument, and you know, it is the same sound. Bum, bum, bum. So, okay, so we have the cars data frame. So some information about cars. And the cars data frame is available in Vega datasets. And so let's plot some information about cars. So we will have the multi-select widget that you can use to select the origin of the car. Okay, and here is the alter code to create the alter plot. And the plot is, you know, interactive. So you can hover over the points and you have the information about the car. And you can run the MERCURY in this directory, MERCURY run. Okay, and it will detect the notebook. Okay, let's start it. And so we can filter the cars, and the chart will be updated, and you see it is all interactive. And the interesting thing is what will happen if I will filter out all origins. So we will have the information, please select origin. And in the MERCURY we have the function that is called stop. And if you call the stop function in the notebook, the MERCURY will stop executing your cells and will not execute the cells below. And it is pretty useful. So, for example, if your user doesn't select anything in the input, or the input is just wrong, you just call the stop and you are not executing the cells below. Okay. I think I created all notebooks for the tutorial. So I will show you the deployment part. And so you can deploy the MERCURY apps on your own server, or you can use our cloud service. And when you deploy on your own servers, then we provide a Docker Compose for you. And actually there are two Docker Compose files. The one is very simple, just starting Django and serving the MERCURY, and the second Docker file is pretty more advanced because it supports serving with HTTPS, so it is using Let's Encrypt to automatically generate the SSL certificates for you. And you will find the Docker Compose in our GitHub repository. If you have any problem with hosting the MERCURY, just create the issue and I will help you for sure. And the second approach to deploy the notebook is using our MERCURY cloud. So right now I will show you how to use it. So there is a website called cloud.runmercury.com, and you can create the site there. So I have some few sites here. So let's create the new one. So it will be, title of the website will be EuroSciPy 2023 live. Okay, the site subdomain will be EuroSciPy. Okay, and the nice thing is that we provide several domains. So by default it is Run Mercury, but for example you can use is data scientist or is MVP or data in advance, and you can create pretty nice website. For example, Piotr.isdatascientist.com. Pretty nice name. So we will create EuroSciPy.runmercury.com. It will be public, and we can edit the welcome message. We will write EuroSciPy 2023, and we will add some emoji. Okay, and just click OK, and we will have the website running, so we can check it. Okay, so you see EuroSciPy, and there are no notebooks available. And you can edit the welcome message. So for example, here are example notebook created during the tutorial. And we can add notebooks. Okay. Click OK, and the welcome message should be updated. Let's refresh the website. Okay, notebooks, and still we have no notebooks here. So we can go to Files, Upload Files. So when we are uploading files, we can upload notebooks and data files, and all needed packages should be in the requirements txt file. So let's update the, no, it is in the tutorial. It will be alter, presentation, and starter and requirements, and just upload. Okay, let's wait. And just click OK, and let's check the status is initializing, and let's refresh. Okay, and if we refresh the website, we'll have our notebooks, and they are live. You can check the website EuroSciPy.runmercury.com, and you can run the notebook in the cloud. And as I said, before running the notebook, we install packages on the fly, and then we execute the notebook. So sometimes it can take some while, to start the worker. Okay, and I think that's all. So here is a contact for us. So our website is mljar.com. The website about Mercury is runmercury.com. Our GitHub is github.com/mljar. You have emails for us, and we have a few t-shirts for you. So if you nice t-shirts. So after the presentation, you can come to us for a t-shirt. And that's all. Thank you. Questions?
Thank you for the presentation. I wanted to ask also, it seems natural to somehow, in Google Colab, they have their own way of creation interfaces, right?
Yes.
And don't you agree that your efforts seem to fall in the same category of easiness to make interfaces. No? Like it
Maybe.
simplifies creation of interfaces for scientists. Your framework does that, and in my opinion, Google Colab does that.
Mm-hmm. So I think Google Colab, they have some template language to create the widgets, yes?
Yes, it's just through comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you still in the notebook environment, yes? So you still have your all code.
Yes.
So, you know, for sure, for some examples, such syntax with templates is okay. And for sure, for some examples, you know, it is better to hide the code and just show the outputs.
I'm just leading to the idea that maybe it's it would be a good idea to through MERCURY interpret these comments from Google Colab's language and translate it into MERCURY, and then serve Colab's notebooks, but under MERCURY. Because I stumbled upon your project a while ago, and I thought that it would do that, but it did not, and well, yeah. So now I have an opportunity to say it directly, but yeah.
I think it is a very nice idea. So I will look
Thank you.
into it. Thanks.
Is there an ability to change language in which?
So it is for Python only.
I mean the language of the interface, because now it's displaying download, share, etc. But if we are displaying to lay people, they might not speak English.
Okay. So this. So right now it is not possible, but you know, in one day, I can change this and make it possible. So just create the issue on our repository, and I will add this. No problem.
One more question. Is the fact that I cannot type parentheses in a text field a bug or something intentional?
So it is intentional. But I think we have the issue to make this condition more softer. So because there are some users that would like to write parentheses in the text input. So it is not a bug, it's a feature, but we are planning to add the condition to allow user to write anything. Yeah.
You didn't mention about any limitation or costs for uploading the files?
You mean for MERCURY Cloud service?
Yes.
So there is free plan and the paid plan, and in the free plan, I think you can upload 10 files up to 10 megabytes, something like that. And there is a paid plan, and in the paid plan, you can upload 50 files up to, I don't remember, 25 megabytes, something like that. And if you're running this on your own server, then you can host as many files as you want. So no problem then. And you know, for some people, for sure, the missing of the layout widgets might be a limitation, yeah? But you know, I think it is a feature that you don't have to worry about the layout. More questions? Okay, so thank you very much, and you know, come to us, grab some t-shirts.